to this game, and I have Mr. Shakti Chauhan alongside me in the studio. Shakti sir, you look upbeat for Judgment Day.
Absolutely. This is the day which all of us are waiting for, and two amazing encounters, and looking forward to it, Sohan.
And so earlier in the day, Sports Odisha finishing off their campaign in a high-pumping 7 past Mata Rukmani at the Battalion ground. And they are now fourth in the points table, a 7-star performance from the home team.
Absolutely. And what else you can say? There is a saying, it's not important how you start, but it's important how you finish. And finishing on high is always pleasing. We saw yesterday Hans also, getting that that only win of the league, which was very, very important for their motivation to build up a team for next season. And to talk about Odisha football, the sports football, it was really good to see that, in the debut season, they have given us such an amazing performance. And I'm sure the next season they're going to be more stronger, and the performance is going to be more better than this season.
And Deepa Nayak of Sports Odisha scoring 4 goals and a brace from the former Indian international PRE. A perfect ending for Deepa, and it will surely boost up her confidence. And now she got to build onto this momentum for the next season.
See, there are few games in your life which, they are part of your long-term memories. And I'm definitely sure this game is going to be the memorable day for Deepa, because, scoring in a prestigious tournament as HIWL, and not only 1 goal, but scoring 4 goals in a very important last game is going to be in her long-term memory. And talking about Pyari, as you said, yes, she is an India international. She is also on the, she is standing third on the list of the Golden Boot, just 1 goal behind Manisha Kalyan, and it was really nice to see the kind of performance which Odisha Sports Club gave.
And Indian Arrows, they are now 5th due to Sports Odisha's victory earlier in the day, and now they are facing a very strong Kickstart side who are 3rd, and lots of individual battle going to make this rivalry very, very interesting.
Absolutely, not only individual battle, but battle for teams also. A very young side, a developmental side of Indian national team girls, coming up together, forming Indian Arrows, playing against stronger opponents, mature players, and giving a performance which we never expected. We thought it's a kind of exposure for them, but they have done really well, exceptionally well. We didn't expect them to be high on the table, but they have made all of us proud. And talking about Kickstart, yes, they are not too far behind, because it has been unfortunate season for them, because just 2 losses, and that too against the 2 stronger side like Gokulam FC and Setu FC. Otherwise, they could have been there, being one of the contender for this league. But again, it's going to be a big, I'll say, a strong encounter between both the teams. As you can see my attire, I am rooting for the Indian Arrow girls.
And well, Apurna Nursery of the Indian Arrows, she made ripples in the league, just 17 years old, netted 9 times for her side. She idolizes Holichara Nursery, the Hyderabad FC player. And let's find out her journey so far.
मैं अपूर्णा नर्सरी, मैं इंडियन एरोस टीम में स्ट्राइकर करती हूँ। मैं आसाम से हूँ, और मैं आसाम, मेरा टी कोकराझार है, और मैं उसके अंदर बंदरगांव खागराबाड़ी में रहती हूँ। बचपन में ऐसे ही दोस्तों के साथ ग्राउंड में जाते थे, और उधर से खेलना स्टार्ट किया है बॉयज लोग के साथ, ऐसे लड़का लोग के साथ। क्लास 8 में और साइकिल में सिलेक्शन देने गई। घर में हम लोग 6 मेंबर हैं। मेरे पापा फिजिकल इंस्ट्रक्टर है, मम्मी हाउसवाइफ है, और सिस्टर है। हम 4 हैं सिस्टर। सब सपोर्ट करती थी घर से, मम्मी पापा सब सपोर्ट करती। बस बोलती थी ग्राउंड जाओ, ऐसा नहीं कि मत जाओ ग्राउंड में, ऐसा क्या मिलेगा। वो लोग तो मेरे को फोर्स करती थी जाने के लिए ग्राउंड। और सुरन नर्सरी भी हमारे टाउन से ही है, और हम लोग उसको भी देख के बहुत सीखे हैं, और उसकी बहुत फैन है। ये मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल मोमेंट है क्योंकि साथ में भी मेरे को मौका मिला था, अभी भी और एक बार मौका मिला है जो मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा है, जिसमें मैं मेहनत कर सकती हूँ, अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर सकती हूँ। तो वो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा चांस है। ये बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है मेरे लिए क्योंकि सीनियर दीदी लोग के साथ खेल के फाइट करके खेलने से अच्छा लगता है, बहुत अपने आप में बहुत खुश होता है। एरोस में मेरे को पहली बार टीम में कैप्टन मिला है, वो मेरे लिए स्पेशल मोमेंट था और डर भी लग रहा था कैप्टन बन के कैसे खेलेंगे, तो उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग करके खेल के अच्छा लगा। हाँ, टीम को सपोर्ट करना होता है और टीम को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना होता है क्योंकि कैप्टन स्ट्रॉन्ग बनेगा तो टीम भी स्ट्रॉन्ग बनेगा। घर वाला अच्छा बोलते हैं कैप्टन बनाए, बोलते हैं कैप्टन बनाए, आप भी अच्छे से खेलो, कैप्टन का जिम्मेदारी निभाओ जो है। इंडियन एरोस टीम HIWL में अभी खेल रहा है, ये अच्छा है क्योंकि हम लोग 11 मैच खेल रहे हैं, वो भी सीनियर एक्सपीरियंस दीदी लोग जो प्लेयर हैं उन लोग के साथ। तो ये हमारे लिए अच्छा है क्योंकि हम लोग आगे अगर मैच खेलेंगे तो वो हमारे लिए अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस होगा, अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं खेलने के लिए और अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग बना सकते हैं। और आई होप कि आगे भी ऐसा मौका मिलेगा एरोस टीम।
And so, well, Apurna Narzari, Sunita Munda, and Priyanka and Nauden, they've got telepathic understanding between among them, and they played together for the club and the country. We saw them doing heroics in the SAF Under-18 Championship in Jamshedpur. What do you have to say about it?
See, the more they play together, the coordination, the combination is going to be better, and it's good for the coach also. Since the formation of the Indian Arrows, these girls are now not playing for different clubs, but again, they have been hold back. They are also playing club tournament for Indian Arrows, and then again when they go for the national duties, they are again together. So around the year, when you are playing with the same unit, same players together, the coordination, the combination is definitely going to be improved, and that is what we saw. This trio is becoming more lethal, and it's good for us only because the Indian women's future team is going to benefit out of these girls when they graduate from the under 18s and then get into the senior team.
And Parameshwari Eram on the flip side, she won the Hero Indian Women's League title twice, and the last one with Gokulam Kela back in 2019. So lots of class in order today on the pitch. The likes of Sweetie Devi, she will also be tested against the Arrows this evening.
Yes, feeling sad for the team because they have been very good. Parameshwari, as you said, she has won twice this season. She won't be there on the podium, but yes, her team has done exceptionally good. They are third on the table, the number 7 of Kickstart, leading from the front, giving best whatever she has for the team, and Sweetie Devi also, marshalling the defense very well, trying to see that they concede as less as goal as possible. It has been a good performance, but yes, as we talk about these youngsters, they have nothing to lose. They are looking forward for this game, and Priyanka and Apurna are going to make things difficult for Sweetie Devi for sure.
And Kickstart, they have lost against the top two teams, as I've mentioned, against Gokulam and Setu. Does that suggest that they struggle against quality opponents, and that could be the silver lining for Arrows this evening?
I could not say about that because the game between Setu FC and Kickstart was very close because Setu won just by 2-1. It was a very close encounter. Yes, when we talk about the Gokulam FC, they thrashed them by 5-0. It was a one-sided affair. But today, again, Kickstart also need that victory, which is very important for them, so that they can finish on high. They can always say that yes, except the two teams which were very strong team, we won all the games. So there is a lot of positive from the result, which can help the team to make it more stronger. The investors, the owners can look up to it and get some quality foreigners, and maybe they can also be one of the contender for next season IWL.
And both the teams, they love playing the attractive brand of football, and they have nothing to lose this evening. And expecting an open game?
It will be an open game. We cannot say that it will be a one-sided affair. But yes, looking at the strength and weaknesses of both the teams, I feel Kickstart will have an upper hand because they have a lot of wins in their bag. They have experienced players also, as we have discussed about them. But these girls are also rallying. They are, rallying. They also want to prove themselves. And when you play your last game, you always want to finish on high. So it will be a very close encounter. But I feel somehow Kickstart will sneak in by a goal or two.
And just to touch down on tonight's potential final between Setu Madurai and Gokulam Kerala, are you expecting a very tactical game? Gokulam Kerala, they do have that habit of making a fast start, and Setu Madurai will have to weather that storm very carefully in the opening frame.
You hit the nail at the right place because we know the way Gokulam FC start their game. In the initial 15-20 minutes, they are up by 2-3 goals. So when you're up by 2-3 goals, already put the opponent team on back foot. Their moral goes down. So if Setu FC are smart enough to hold them for at least for the first 15-20 minutes, then the game will be heading to a different direction. If they concede early goals, then it will be again, I can say, a one-sided affair where Ukulan FC can score even 4-5 goals also. But to hold them for those 15-20 minutes and up to the first half, then the pressure will build. But again, looking at the firepower which Gokulam FC has, I have no doubt that they're going to win the game and they're going to win very convincingly.
How crucial is going to be the role of the fullbacks tonight? We've seen Dali Machiba, she's in red hot form. Ranjana Chanu, the left fullback, and also Pakpi Devi of Setu Madurai, as she has scored 4 goals so far. How do you see to this battle?
Yes, to be honest, I have never said it on media, but yes, one of my favorite player, women footballer, if I talk, is Dalima Chibba, because I was her coach also when I was coach of the under 16 women's team that time. So I've been knowing her since a very long time. Very hardworking, very dedicated girl. The presence she has, she is so intelligent. She has that intelligence of a top class player who can play at any level. So she, the kind of deliveries which she is providing at the international level also and at the Gokulam FC also, it's amazing. That coordination, that understanding between Dalima and her strikers is amazing, and I feel that she might assist today. And if there is a free kick around the penalty area, you may also see her taking that wonder strike which she also took against Nepal, which is one of the finest goal which we saw in women's football.
And talking about Sandhya, the jersey number 7 of Setu Madurai, she plays on the left flank and was also awarded the player of the tournament back in 2019 in the Hero Indian Women's League. She is also a creative force, to be precise, for Setu Madurai up top.
Yes, Sandhya, we can never rule her out. She has been the player of the tournament 2 years back. She's an experienced player. But again, because lack of the game, what happens if you don't get that consistency, your training and the games? Unfortunately, we also discussed due to the pandemic, the footballing activities were stopped. The players were not getting that enough time to keep themselves fit. Not only fit, but the football fitness is different than general fitness. So everybody is suffering. But again, if you talk about Gokulam FC, they have the team consists of a lot of international players. So they got that exposure trip, but Setu FC didn't had those opportunity for long camps. But again, credit to them, the kind of football they played, they made this league interesting. Otherwise, the way Gokulam FC was playing, it would have finished at least 2-3 rounds before. But they might have become champions, but they kept this league alive and till the 90th minute, the final minute, I think so. It's going to be alive. It will be anyone's game.
It is also a battle between the two African forwards, Elizabeth of Setu Madurai and El Shaddai of Gokulam Kerala. And El Shaddai, she is currently on 19 goals with 4 hat tricks. She's in a red hot form and ruthless going forward.
She's a super red hot form. She is an amazing player and kind of football she's playing. It's so easy for her. Kind of play she's having, the kind of player she's having in Gokulam FC, the kind of balls, the assists which she's been provided. by win also. So it is so important, and yes, it will be a tale of two strikers. Let us see which African striker scores most goal in tonight's game.
Do you think the absence of Winton, the Myanmar international, can be a factor for Gokulam Kerala in this game?
Again, yes, Vintan was one of the most creative player, the most number of assists in this league. She is the one who has done, and I feel Gokulam FC going to miss her because this is a very important game. But looking at the kind of players, Gokulam FC have, they have Al Shaddai, they have Manisha, they have Grace, the kind of firepower they have in the attacking line. I don't think so. It will be much of a problem if Vintan is not playing.
And you've been part of the Delhi Dynamo setup previously. During season break, how's the training schedule? What are the expertise provided to the players?
So, we always talk about the team, but there is a team behind a team. A lot of people work behind the team, and we talk about doctors, we talk about physios, the masseurs, the assistant coach, the goalkeeper coach, the fitness trainer, and a whole lot of people. You know, so yes, during the transition phase, when we talk about when the players are not, before the preseason, there is a kind of a schedule which is given to all the players. There is an individual schedule also where players have to keep themselves fit. They have to a diet plan also has been shared with them. So when they come for the first day of the preseason, they are not overweighted, they are not unfit, they are not injured. If they're injured, their injuries has to be cleared, because they can visit the physios who are appointed by the club, or clubs can arrange some kind of those treatment facilities available at their places. So, if the players who are having the long-term contract will definitely benefit out of it, then. But now, modern football, everything is available on the click of a button. Internet is such a powerful tool where if you don't have a coach, also you can get a lot of information through the internet.
Well, before I end this, my last question. So next season gonna be a longer duration, as we hear, Durant Cup of 41 days, starting from August, ISL and I League from October till March, and then the Super Cup in the month of April. How welcoming is it gonna be? Federation also is planning to start the youth leagues, which were halted due to the pandemic last couple of years.
I feel no other news can be as exciting, as good as this news. A football league or a football season from say August to May, almost a 9 month season, which is something we always wanted. Because unfortunately, the league structure in India was not that great. Within 4 months or 5 months, the league was over, and the transition period for the player or the preseason period has been so long, which was not realistic. But now, 9 months is amazing, where we are starting with Durand Cup, where 20 teams are going to participate in the groups, 4 groups, 5 teams. So minimum 4 games they go to play, minimum 4 games, and from then they go to ISL, where they go to play minimum 20 games, and post the ISL they go to play the Super Cup, where they go to again play minimum of 4 games. So in a calendar year, minimum 28 games all the teams are going to play, which is a very good sign. And as per the guidelines, the mandate of the AFC, if you want to participate in the AFC league tournaments or league club championships, we have to play a minimum of 27 official games. So we are touching, or we are ticking that box of completing 27 games, because we are already playing one game extra, that is 28, which is again a very good thing. Our players will get an opportunity. There will be international breaks also, so players will be fit for the international duties also. So coaches won't be worried about the fitness part or other parts. It's good. I hope the same kind of things is also planned for the youth system as well as the women's football also. So slow, steadily, we'll have a kind of a calendar which is full of football, and you are also busy, and I am also busy, and everyone is busy on the field and off the field.
Well, that brings us to the end of our pre-match discussion, and thank you so much, Shakti sir, for being with us throughout the course of the season. And now, time to go back to the capital ground for the live action.
Thank you. Bye bye.
5 points separates Indian Arrows and Kickstart Football Club in the Hero Indian Women's League, and with the league season coming to an end, Kickstart have already secured the third spot. A win here will take them to 27 points, but Indian Arrows will remain fourth even with a win. For them will also be enough to finish into the top 4 in their debut season, and it would be a big setup for the young Tigress. And it helped them to get the experience they need to prepare them for the international football in future. And the players are getting the experience of playing against the best in the country and play against a new opponent every week, which will help them understand how to perform against different kind of teams, and it will ultimately be good for the players and for the team as well. Well, the Indian Arrows project is aimed at building for the future while giving the talented youngsters regular playing time in the domestic league, and while the focus on improving the footballing attitude and aptitude of the players remains paramount important, and the coaching staff at the Indian Arrows is also looking to ensure overall development for this Arrows side. And then the head coach Suren Chetri shared his thoughts on the final game of the season.
Yeah, we try to finish in a style. We plan to win the game today. Let's see.
Now you are facing Kickstart and they are third place today. So any thoughts regards to them?
Yeah, Kickstart is a good team. They are already secured the third position, but we are playing for the fourth position. And in the morning, I think still they won the game and they secured the fourth. If we win, then we'll in the fourth. So we are fighting for the fourth place.
Any words for the girls?
Yeah, the girls are motivated. They are eager to win the match today.
This is the Indian Arrows lineup for this evening. Only one change from Suren Chetri as he sticks with the same 11, and there is no need to change the dynamic midfield pivot, of course, of Muskan and Martina, but it is an attack where the Arrows riches are all arranged. Priyanka Devi, Apurna Narzari and Sunita Munda are all more than able to change games on their own. Priyanka in a slightly advanced role, and then add her set piece deliveries, and Kickstart will be chasing if they don't close down the supply lines. And well, Suren Chetri has asserted that he will attack, and if they score one more than the opponent, and why not? He has an intense game to deal with, and momentum will be important to build. And Aarti is a great option to have, but can come on late and cause real problems, but it comes down to the match situation. And talking about Kickstart Football Club, being the unbeaten hat-trick champions in the Karnataka Women's League speaks a lot about their dedication and commitment to the Kickstart style of football in the Hero Indian Women's League 2022. The continuous support they have received from the fans is reinforcing both their conviction in uplifting women in sports in India, and they have bigger plans ahead for their super talented players. And they primarily focus on women's empowerment, and that is the core of their football philosophy, which has resulted in developing some of the best talented players playing for the state of Karnataka at national level. And the club has top players who have played for the Indian national team and have remained committed to the vision of Kickstart, which has resulted in the club winning a hat-trick in the Karnataka Women's League as the club unbeaten champions for the last 3 years. And well, Amruta Vilayat, the head coach, expressed her thoughts ahead of this tie.
So this is the last game of the season, and we need to finish off on style. Indian Arrows, the youngest side of AFF. So after a defeat, I think they will be able to win this match. So we are only focused on finishing this game with a win and back 3 points.
Your thoughts on your campaign of IWL this season?
Yeah, this all season very positive for us because a lot of thrilling wins, and we were played 10 matches, and out of 10 it's 8 victory and 2 loss. It's our girls presenting an amazing season this year.
Kickstart Football Club, they're going up to this particular game, and they will look to finish strongly, but they must have a proper start, and so their defense needs to be solid. And Nirmala Devi returned alongside Sweetie Devi at the centre back, and Amruta brought back the midfield duo of Baby Sana and Margaret, and Parameshwari has scored 5 and created 5 and is having her most productive Hero Indian Women's League campaign. She starts just behind Roja Devi, and Pakpi's brace against Ara FC was the quick fire double that changed the complexion of the game. And Amruta Vilayat's big task as a head coach was to make Kiran Balakavya and Baby Sana click as they did earlier in the season. And Roja keeps her place and slowly found her feet in front of goal. For Amruta, Bibicha Devi and Anjali Chanu, 2 subs combined off the bench to create that winner against Ara FC. And well, the match official, the referee for today's game is Jotin Moinag, and he's going to be assisted by Jyoti Gaur and Chim Chim Seto. The 4th official is Usha, and match commissioner Adlai Costa. A win will take Kickstart to 27 points and will keep them 3rd, and the Arrows can reach up to 22, so no chance for them to exceed Kickstart, and they are guaranteed 4th place, and that is only by winning this evening. And they still have that 1 point gap between them and Odisha Sports. They've won their game against Mata Rukmani earlier in the day, and the Chhattisgarh-based side finishing at the bottom of the table. And well, Kickstart's gambles in the games against RIFC pay dividends, and while doesn't players starting 11 rule A as often as her South Football Group counterpart Anthony Andrews, and she does make changes to affect situation off the bench. Kickstart Football Club, they have dropped 6 points from winning position in this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League, and 3 of those were dropped against Setu. The Southerners have had a 2-1 loss against them, and there was that crazy 7-0 victory for Kickstart when Roja Devi scored a brace, and she continues to keep her place in the starting 11 today, as Margaret and Martina Thokcham are the 2 skippers, with Jatin Moinag will be officiating this game, and the main man in the middle. There are girls in form at the other end as well. Apurna Narzari, Sunita Munda, Priyanka, all involved in goals against Mata Rukmani Football Club and are looking dangerous again. And they will know Kickstart are prone to lapses at the back, and they will want to pounce on them like they did in the previous encounter. And Parameshwari Iram did not start that game, but she did come on and she did affect it. So very unconscious Kickstart must be, and also brave and bold. It is gonna be like walking a tightrope with one end in the hands of Indian Arrows. Indian Arrows, their first football can work wonders when it comes together, and the addition of more pace down the wings has helped that cause. Sunita Munda and Aarti in tandem can spell all kinds of danger, as we are in for a fine game here. And of course the young Tigress, they are 3 goals away from creating their record of 24 goals, and that too in their debut season. And if only they can even get those numbers or even break the points tally. And the bigger incentive though, the incentive of being in the provisional Hero Indian Women's League's top 4 spot. And so Kickstart's clean sheets have all come against teams below them in a tough run. that must change, and which is why probably Amrutha Vilayat hasn't tinkered them. But Suren will remember what Setu did to his side last time they met, and a rousing return to form is what they need, and they will have to contend with the pace, trickery and delivery from the likes of Parameshwari Idam and of course baby Sana. This season they've won 7 already. At the end of it all, there could be positives to take, and one of those positives could be to finish into the top 3, for which they have already secured the top 3 spot. And so, like every other day, we must be reminded in the Hero Indian Women's League that which teams have it in them to make the top 3 when there is hardly any space to breathe. This is Sweetie Devi of Kickstart. Her first touch of the ball. And Kavya with a very clever turn. Kavya with a low cross towards Margaret. And opens up towards the right edge of the area. Excellent defensive work from Priyanka, the number 25. This is Priyanka Devi. Kickstart on the attack. She's up against Pushpa Rani Chanu. It's going to be a throw-in for the team in green. This is, however, a new element to the league this season. As the Indian Arrows over the past few years, we have seen the Arrows compete in the I-League and later supply the senior men's national team with a number of talented youngsters. And now the Indian Arrows women's team is also featuring in the Hero HIWL for the first time this season. They have impressed everyone with their attractive brand of football, aiming to finish into the top 4. Just a point between them and Sports Odisha, the home team. And Apurna Narzari and Priyanka Devi exchange passes. Sunita Munda using her hands, and so a free kick against her. This is Linthoi Gambi with the free kick. Squaring it towards Sweetie Devi. And now Pakpi. As I was talking about, her very attack-minded fullback. Likes to maraud down the flanks. She scored a brace for Kickstart against RIFC. And also among goals, scored 4 goals in Kickstart colours this season. Her attacking threat down the right channel reminds me of Surkumar Singh during his prime. She also comes from Manipur. As Apurna Narzari idealizes Holicharan Narzari, the India international who has lifted the Hero ISL title with Hyderabad FC this season. It is always good when the Indian players try and emulate the Indian stars rather than comparing them with the next Messi or next Ronaldos. And definitely this Hero Indian Women's League helping the Indian Arrows players to gain experience that will prepare them for the international football in future. And the players are getting the experience of playing against the best in the country, playing against a new opponent every week, and getting exposed to different kind of styles, which will definitely help them to understand how to perform against different kind of opponents. And that will ultimately be good for the players and for the team as well. As the Indian Arrows are currently occupying the 5th spot, having accumulated 19 points from 10 matches. The Arrows squad mostly consisting of the youngsters, and they are those that they have the experience of playing for the Blue Tigress. Martina Thokcham is one of them, Sunita Munda, Apurna Narzari, Priyanka Naurem as well. It's a decent bench with Aarti, Shanmuga, Priya, Lakra. All can be called upon if required. This is Suren Chetri. He's done a remarkable job. It's never easy handling such a young squad. Quite successful in playing the brand of football which he wanted to. Here's Lintoi. And looking long. This is Margaret. A nice turn and pass. Pushparani Chanu. She is up against Kavya. Kavya has got Roja Devi for support. Roja Devi dinks it into the box. There was that covering defender, Shashi Kumar. Arrows play the ball quickly out of their own half. And Priyanka Devi is leading the charge. She is aided by Pakpi Devi. And now Priyanka continuing with her run, plays it onto her namesake. Both the namesakes combining well. Priyanka Naurem's cross in. Sunita Munda was waiting in the middle and beautifully cut out there by Nirmala Devi. Excellent defensive work. And Parameshwari Idam, she will look to keep it in play. Roja Devi. While the focus on improving the footballing attitude and aptitude of the players remains paramount, the coaching staff at the Indian Arrows is looking to ensure overall development of this Arrows team, and few of the girls have also gone for their exams previously. They need to understand that they are footballers, but studies are also important for their overall development. They just cannot focus on football and neglect academics, but both are equally important. Apurna Narzari is quite a central striker. And those two on the wings in Priyanka and Sunita Munda. Sunita operating from the right and Priyanka from the left. And Priyanka Devi, the number 10, into that free role behind the front three. And Muskan and Martina will be sitting deep. And double pivot. Priyanka can concentrate more on attack, having the security of double pivot behind her. She doesn't always have to track back and think about what's happening behind her. Now Sunita Munda holding on to the challenge. Apurna Narzari cannot go past Sweetie Devi. She stands strong there. This is Roja, just urging Parameshwari Idam to make that diagonal run. But the Arrows defense was aware of the fact. There's Martina. And over the top. The chase is on from Sunita Munda. The defender was alert to the danger. Lintoi. A throw in for the Arrows. This is Apurna, hustled off the ball. And Muskan wins it back. Selling one dummies, Martina. Her low shot comes off the green wall. Martina bossing in that central circle area. And looking to combine with Muskan. And quickly closed down. Apurna Narzari dropping into those pockets of space in midfield. 4-3-3 makes use of three highly specialized midfielders, and that makes for a rather oppressive midfield when utilized properly, as 4-3-3 provides the most controlling midfield in football, as unlike in the other formations where the midfield players may be required to carry out several roles. And the midfielders in the 4-3-3 have the sole task of setting the tempo of the game and linking defense to attack. Linto Igambi. She is dispossessed. The first time cross towards Priyanka. She made a run into the box. Linto Igambi, she's had a brilliant season between the sticks for Kickstart. Conceded 12 goals in 10 games and scored 32 times. On the side from Karnataka, a slight cut on her knee. Seems like she's twisted her ankle, and there it is. Had to come out and then buckled that left knee. And so Parameshwari Edam of Kickstart Football Club has brought to the fore a number of talented youngsters by guiding them. A few veterans like her also dominate the scene at their respective clubs. She's been part of the Blue Tigress in the past, a 2 times Hero Indian Women's League winner with Eastern Sporting Union back in 2017 and Gokulam Kerala in 2020. She helped the Manipur-based side to win their 21st Hero Senior Women's National Football Championship title, and was also named the most valuable player in the tournament this season, which was held in Kerala. And now at Kickstart, Parameshwari is leading the Bengaluru club to secure the top 3 spot on the table. It is Kickstart's second season, and playing for this club for the very first time is Parameshwari Edam. And they have lost both to Gokulam and Setu out of the title race, but still they will look to win the remaining game this evening, and eyeing for a strong finish. Header from Martina. Helps it forward was Priyanka. Kickstart looking compact at the back. This is Parameshwari Edam again. The 33-year-old must be at the twilight stage of her career, but the tricky attacker is planning to remain within the beautiful game in her native village in Manipur. Once she retires, she would love to give back to the sport. She wants to start off at the grassroots level. Whatever footballing knowledge she's gained over the years, she would like to impart to the young kids in her locality, as there are so many kids who come to her village ground to play, and whenever she is there, they take tips from her. Having played every edition of the Hero Indian Women's League so far, she feels that the women's football has come a long way since the conception of the Hero Indian Women's League. As we approach the first quarter of the game, it's 0-0 between Indian Arrows and Kickstart. Both the defense yet to be tested. And having more of the ball is the team in green. This is Kavya. She would look to reinforce her popularity. Had an inconsistent run of games, Kavya, but good height on the cross. It only helps Adrija. A comfortable height for the goalkeeper, and she would be expecting crosses more of that height all day long. Here's Apurna. Look how deep she's dropping to recover the ball. Nirmala Devi. Kickstart playing a high line in defense. Sweetie Devi defending aggressively. And getting the block in place is Martina. She is a bit of a mental block for the attackers, almost gotten into the minds of the opposition. Very difficult to move her off the ball. And does the interception, and breaks up play and formulate moves down the wings and down the middle. She has been the heartbeat of this Indian Arrows team. Kept in play by Priyanka. Priyanka with a clever ball in. And Nirmala Devi making sure Priyanka Naurem cannot go past her. That is the shielding I was talking about. And Kickstart season starting with that 3-1 win over PIFA. Nirmala Devi was the goal scorer. The first goal scorer of this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League. Clean set of heels from Kavya. Kavya's deep cross. Keeper fumbles. Straight at Adrija Parameshwariram. Just diving onto the number 1. The referee blows the whistle for a foul. This was the cross I was talking about. An excellent deep delivery. It looked dangerous. And the goalkeeper just stretched out off her line. Suren and expecting an early goal from his side, and that will settle their nerves. That will help his side to get into the rhythm. They are yet to take control of this game. The Kickstart is dominating so far in terms of keeping possession, but no clear-cut chances for either of the sides. But this cross from Kavya causing all kinds of chaos inside the Arrows box. The cross has got to be of that quality more often than not. The 2021 season of the Hero Indian Women's League is all set to win down to a grandstand finish, with Setu Madurai and Gokulam Kerala level on 30 points apiece at the top of the table. A draw would be enough for the Malabarians to defend their title, as they are ahead in goal difference, and while Setu FC need those 3 points to claim their second title. And surprisingly, whichever team gets their hands on the trophy, and that is going to be their second title, as both the teams have won the Hero Indian Women's League previously. Just gone past Martina into the feet of Kavya. Kavya looking to take on Martina, double teamed by Pushpa Rani. Winning a corner kick for her efforts, the number 99. First corner kick of the game then. Kavya's delivery. Too much power onto it. Swung out of play for a goal kick. Free kick quickly taken, not allowed. We'll have to retake. There's the number 13 Pakpi on your screen. And now Martina in set piece duties for the Arrows. Martina puts the ball into the penalty area. Completely missing the spin on it, Pakpi Devi. Went for the first time clearance. Adjusting it down, Priyanka. The low ball away from Nirmala Devi for a throw-in. The defensive midfielders can sometimes have difficulties establishing contact with the centre forwards further up the pitch, and on top of that they must cover its entire length, which means a lot of running work. And the formation works well in the wide areas, whereas the positioning in terms of depth on the pitch is limited to just 3 rows, and this leads to less variability in the structure of the game design. That's a stray header. Priyanka. And getting there first is Roja Devi. Purna was also interested. And all eyes certainly going to be on the last game of the day. A 7:30 p.m. kickoff between Setu Madurai and Gokulam Kerala to decide which team lifts the 5th edition of the Hero Indian Women's League title. The winners will participate in the AFC Women's Club Championship next year. Continental, a spot prized with the Hero Indian Women's League trophy. Margaret, she saw the gap, beautifully plugged by Santosh. Blocks off the run of Apurna Narzari. Nirmala Devi, and the young striker Apurna. She's a poacher inside the box, typical number 9. A bit of a terrier, runs after every ball. And now Priyanka Devi is cool and composed, a very able playmaker. Completely opposite to what Apurna offers. And now Baby Sana picking up the loose pieces, spreading it down the right. Martina capitalizing onto a poor touch. Nirmala Devi runs straight into Muskan. And now Indian Arrows on the attack. Apurna Narzari. Priyanka got to stop it from going out. She lays it back. And cross comes in from Naurem, away from Suti Devi. Still Naurem gets her head onto it. And Nirmala Devi stepping in. And finally, there's some time to breathe for the Kickstart defense. And that's the kind of danger the Indian Arrows can produce by playing short passes. And they loves playing possession-based football. And all those neat little triangles, quick 1-2s. And that is how they've structured the gameplay. Yaziram, closely marked by Santosh. Sweetie Devi carries it above the halfway area, striding out of defense. One again, a clever play from Kavya. Kavya's ball in. Santosh with the header, falls kindly for Margaret, the skipper. Kills the bounce, takes it onto her left and then slipping in towards Parameshwariram. The flag went up against the number 7. Especially when playing against a team having a strong midfield, and all the players must be mobilized in order not to be beaten in central area of the pitch. It's important to keep an eye on how the strikers and midfielders work together in order to close any gaps, and that are beginning to open up. The weakness can only be compensated by an extremely strong lineup in midfield. Suren Chetri looks slightly anxious and increasingly worried. And so drinks break. The half an hour mark. It's 0-0 between Indian Arrows and Kickstart. As you can see, Kickstart slightly ahead in terms of ball possession, 56-44. Both the teams yet to break the deadlock. But Kavya, of course, getting in a couple of good crosses from the right hand side. No such A threat from the Indian Arrows forwards. Having a clean game so far in defence. A kickstart. The likes of Sweetie Devi and Nirmala Devi, Linthoi Gambi and Pakpi. The back four looks very, very solid. Players getting hydrated as the assistant coach Raghu talking to the players, just reminding them of their responsibilities. And yes, you cannot lose concentration. It's important to keep your focus. Playing the last game of the season, it's all about finishing the season on a high. Suren Chetri on the other side, just asking Apurna Narsari to make those runs between the defenders and asking Priyanka to play that ball over the top and place it into the gap for the number 12 so that she can run onto it. The team manager Abhishek Singh is also there. Seems like he is taking all the calls. His unprecedented voice is getting heard now. And Amruta Vilayat herself taking a back seat. Suren Chetri knows if his side fails to get a goal in the first half, things really going to be difficult in the second. It is a very young team and the coaches often had to deal with the mood swings of the players. A lot of options on the bench though. Seizes it though, Baby Sana. Martina missing the bounce. Martina getting it from her midfield partner Muskan. Priyanka working onto her right side. Here's the ball in. Nirmala Devi sends it out. Falls for Martina Thakcham. Shot is wide. And that is sloppy defending from Santosh. Runs all the way towards Kiran Bala. Kiran Bala looks into the box and delivers the cross. A good clean catch from Adrija. As we approach the midway through the first half, it's still goalless. Arrows looking slightly scattered in midfield. Purna Narsari looking to repair that. Sunita Munda with the chase. Now Kiran Bala Excellent footwork. Just streaking her way past Parmila. And Martina Thakcham once again spoiling the move. Doing her duty deep in midfield. Kiran Bala, another player, scored 4 goals against Mata Rukmani, and that was a 10-0 win for Kickstart. A brace from Roja Devi, Baby Sana as well. Linthoi Gambil goes long. Chase from Priyanka. Taken away by Roja. Opting to play it short into the feet of Baby Sana. Roja again runs into a defender. Kavya just struggling to get out of the tight spot. There was no room to cross. Indian Arrows very, very narrow in terms of the system. Priyanka can see make something meaningful here, and this is the pass Suren Chetri was talking about during the water break, and Apurna Narzari making that direct running behind the Kickstart defense. That was a bright idea, slightly lacking in the execution. Martina's long shot straight to Linthoi Gambi. Margaret's first touch. Baby Sana's ball forward. So far toothless in attack, both Roja Devi, Iram. Kavya have been the most threatening player from Kickstart in the first half. She has no qualms working the ball to either left or right. Sweetie Devi dealing with it quite comfortably. Sweetie Devi pokes it towards Margaret. Just too strong was Pushparani Chanu. Tried to jinx past a couple of challenges. Sweetie Devi is lying down injured. And the game is slightly lacking in pace. Both the teams looking to play direct football. Frequent long balls from their own half. And that has been the pattern of the first half.
Linthoi. Parameshwariram in the center circle, sets up Bebisana, takes a look around her area and plays it into the feet of Margaret, but she couldn't get there on time. Arrow's defense right up to the task. Now Roja Devi clips it towards the right. Kavya with the first time ball in, and problem for Adrija, and she plucks it out of the air. That was a dangerous looking cross, but too close to the goalkeeper. No one was making those threatening runs towards the ball. Now Sana. And on the overlap is Pakpi Devi. And that moved into workout. Beautifully scooped, but only into the feet of Martina. She is cleaning up all the dangers. This time space for the cross, and in it comes Parameshwariram racing onto it, and now she leaves it for the number 10 Margaret. Deflection of the Indian Arrows defense, and a side-foot attempt could have gone in. This was a wonderful build-up from the right. Still no clear-cut scoring chances. They haven't created plenty of chances, Kickstart. Most of their attempts have been from outside the box. This is a cheap giveaway to Roja Devi. Arrows it. Attacking the byline. Kavya's cross in. And this time Margaret with the shot, and it's gone in. On the half turn, the skipper heading Kickstart Football Club in front. And this time breaking the door down. And Kavya once again with her cross down the right. Coming off a blue shirt. Falls for Margaret. And her placement right on point. And just a minute of regulation time before going in for the halftime break. Kickstart have taken the lead here. And that was the move. Here's the cross. It came off Shashikumar and then rifled it into the bottom corner. And it's 1-0 for Kickstart. And Arrows once again will have to play catch up here. And they lost the previous game against PIFA. And that came as a surprise to all the football fans. And one more cross then. This time from the left and then on the rise. Not getting the right connection. Went off balance, and Martina surging down the middle is Indian Arrows. Spreading it out wide. Priyanka. Infield for Apurna. This is Santosh. Too much power on that diagonal. Runs straight to the keeper. Additional time of 5 minutes into this game. In the first half, it's been a very timid affair. Kickstart making their first scoring opportunity count inside the 18-yard box. Nicely done there by Muskan. An interception from Pakpi Devi. And immediately taking the aerial route. Still fighting for it. Idam Bebisana. Now brings it up towards the edge of the area. 20 yards from goal. And the ball eventually falls behind Margaret. Kickstart Football Club, the number 10, Margaret responding. Priyanka Devi yet to do so. On the opposite end for the Arrows. Last game, both of them have gone without scoring one. And they would look to end that run this evening here. Sweetie Devi marshalling in defense. Idam through the gate for Roja Devi. Nice turn and pass, and out of Margaret's reach this time. This is Shashi Kumar. Martina Thakcham. Purna Nazari. And now support arriving from Sunita Munda. Trying to get ahead of her marker. Very tightly contested. And that battle between Sunita Munda and the left back Linthoi. Nursery. A high ball into the box. And drops in between a green and a blue shirt. Sweetie Devi. She's lost the ball to Muskan. Parameshwariram just slotting into the gap. And moves it forward. Kavya creating options down the right. A foot in from Chanu. That's the half-time whistle from Jotin Moinag. And the Indian Arrows grow into the break, trailing by a goal. And thanks to that strike from Margaret late in the first half, capitalizing on a defensive error. A cross from Kavya. Third time, proving to be lucky. Coming off Shashi Kumar, and she slots it into the bottom corner. A very difficult technique to execute, but she made it look so simple. And that's the first half stats. 54-46. Later on, the Indian Arrows recovered in ball possession, but yet to register a single shot on target. And that is how the first half has ended. Only one shot taken in the first half from the Arrows, and Martina Thakcham, that was a long ranger. Two shots taken by Kickstart. Both of them by the skipper Margaret. And the other fouls committed by the Arrows, Sunita Munda, Purna Narzari and Priyanka, all committing a foul each. Now let's have a look at the fouls committed by Kickstart in this game. Parameshwaridam with 2 and Baby Sana with 1. And now time for the first half highlights between the Arrows and Kickstart. Match number 65, the second last game of the competition. Kicking off for the very last time here at the Capital Ground. This was an early chance, beautifully cut off by Linthoi. Kavya's cross from the right, easily collected by the goalkeeper. This time the cross was deep. Keeper had to stretch. A foul was committed on her by Parameshwaridam. This time the corner was struck wide. Margaret's weak try, flag went up against Idam. This was Martina's long ranger. She sliced it rather. Cross from the left, collected by Adrija. A lot of catching practice for the goalkeepers in this half. And there's another one from Kavya's cross. Here's Idam escaping one challenge, layoff for Margaret this time. The block was on point. This was the moment for Kickstart, the only highlight moment in the first half. Just stopping it from going out and then delivering it across the face of goal. And on the half turn, slotting it into the bottom corner was Margaret. And so at the break, it's Indian Arrows 0 and Kickstart Football Club 1. Don't go anywhere, we'll come back shortly.
Shall we do a recap of the last challenge?
I think sure, because I think we need more of like the Indian states recap and then Indian football quiz as well, because every time we've had a challenge,
I don't want to lose.
Just come prepared to lose it.
No, I want to win. So I will win today.
Oh god, I'm so bad at this.
Okay. Basically, क्या करना है?
I cannot even draw a bird.
You can draw anything, any kind of caricature, anything.
No, I'm saying I don't even know how to draw a bird. Forget drawing anything at all. You ready? Okay. Okay, guess it. Guess it. Take a random guess. लिया तो.
And show to that camera also.
Look at this.
Similar, no sir? इसका थोड़ा मोटा, इसका मोटा मेरा छोटा वाला.
This is a tree. That's not a tree. Okay. My drawing is so bad. Okay, yeah, this one she gets.
Oh!
It's 1-1. This one you get.
I think, yeah.
It's 1-1.
Okay.
Okay. My drawing is really bad. That's what I told you. I cannot even draw a bird, so.
Should we give her 1.5?
Yeah,
for the flower?
that's not fair. We'll see it after my round is done. Okay?
No, it's not that. It's only
You
fair.
have to give,
no?
I cannot feel anything. What the hell? Can we have another round of the drawing again?
उसके ऊपर
I didn't feel anything. Yeah, and just smaller drawings, yeah.
Smaller?
I drew a sun and a tree. Okay.
Smaller.
Is that what it is? Okay, that's 1-1. What?
Yeah.
What?
You want to
Again.
Okay. I could see. It's a bird. I could just feel her go like. Okay, let's compare. Let's go neutral. I think you might just bring this one as well. Okay, I'll start. You ready?
Okay.
Who is the all-time highest goal scorer and number of goals? All-time. Indian women's football.
Baladevi.
And number of goals? Any guess?
50.
No. But you get half point. She has half point for that. She said the name correct.
Goal.
Yeah.
63.
No, it's less.
42.
She's taken 3 now, Nana.
41.
You get 0.1. 0.5, sorry.
Name all the winners of the year of HIWL. ESU.
She just started saying the name.
Yeah. Name of the winners and the years of HIWL.
I'll go backwards. Last time was Gokula. Then it was Setu. Then it was first edition was ESU, like you just said. Yeah, ESU again. ESU 1-2 edition, and then this is the 5th edition, huh? This is so I got 4 correct. Setu, Gokulam, ESU, ESU. Who did ESU play the final against? Rising Students. Did Rising Students play? I remember because this one is sitting next to me. You played for Rising Students that year, no? That's how I know, because you traveled for your exam, you came back. When was the last time Gokulam played against Setu and what was the score?
2019.
No. You've taken 3 tries. Just guess the score. What was the score? Take a wild guess.
3-1.
You close, but that's not the scoreline. Take one more.
2-1.
Yeah, done. Lost this round. It was 2020 last HIWL edition, Bangalore. 3-0 was the score. Gokulam won against Setu 3-0.
How many goals have Setu scored in this season?
Oh God. 50. Oh God. I know this. I checked the table yesterday. Not 50. 38. Is it correct?
No.
I said 38. She was like, yeah. Is it correct? No. Oh God, I checked the table yesterday. 30. What did I say before?
Okay, 38 or 60.
But it's more than 38, but it's less than 45. 42?
No, done. 41.
How many goals has Gokulam scored this season? Now you tell me. Now you keep calculating.
60, I think.
No.
58.
No.
Close enough for some big guesses.
Higher.
No.
Higher.
65.
No. It's lesser than that. So you lose this round as well. It was 63. Scored 63.
I said 63.
No, you said 60 first. You said 60, then you went to 58, then you said 65. You didn't come in the middle. Yeah.
What
We're
was
doing
the-
terrible in this.
What was the scoreline in 2018-19 Hero IWL and 18 final when Setu won the IWL?
Oh God. 18-19. This was
Only
the time we
one
played for Gokulam, no? Yeah, we were out in the semi-final. That was the only time both of us played for the same team. Setu won against this one, no? The team we lost to. Which was the team we lost to in the semi-final? The final score 2-0?
No.
Am I closer?
Yeah, बस एक बार चलते हैं.
Yeah,
You gave only two.
But you.
She gave only 2.
I said higher or low. You need to tell me if I'm close.
Okay, look, you are close enough.
Close enough.
3-1. 0.
That's not close. That's not close at all. 2-0 is not close. It's 3-1. So 2-0 is not close. It's a question on you only, okay? How many goals has Anjut Amang scored in Hero IWL so far? All 5 seasons combined. You're counting all of the goals. All 5 seasons. You don't remember your own goals?
14.
No, it's higher.
20.
No, it's lower. Last try.
18.
I'm still losing 1.5 to 1 again. Last question. Is that the last question for me? No, it's the fourth question.
Yeah, fourth. Okay. Between Gokulam and Setu, who has conceded more goals this season?
Who's conceded more goals this season? Setu has conceded more goals this season.
No, you're wrong.
What Setu has conceded this season? No.
Yeah.
Conceded. Like, been so that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have conceded more goals than we have.
Okay, then you are wrong. I'm saying no. Neither.
How?
Both conceded 3 goals.
This is a very tricky question. Not that. You've conceded only 3.
Yeah.
How?
You
conceded 1 against Mata Rukmini?
Yeah.
You conceded 1 against FIFA?
Yeah.
FIFA you got scored at.
Yeah.
And who else? Kickstart scored on you?
Yeah.
And then Odisha Sports did not?
No.
I'm so confident you said so.
Wait, no. Why?
Yeah, you wait for the next. Who was awarded the emerging player in the last edition of HIWL?
Manisha.
Too easy, yeah, not fair.
Okay. Even I'm gonna ask this same question. Who was awarded the best goalkeeper in the last edition of HIWL?
Linthoy.
Yes.
Got the last question correct, but it's a very tricky question. I lost by 0.5 again. This is cheating. That was a very tricky question.
I won this, no? That's all matters.
You won both the games this time.
We had against that in case it was 1 round.
Can we still do it? Because I want to win something with people. We have to do this. We have to do this. Come on. No. Yeah. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I won this. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 2-0. I won this one. So I had to win something before going. Okay. Yeah. But you won the first 2 rounds, so that doesn't matter. By 0.5. Still cheater.
Still I won this.
Still cheater.
Entirely.
And so welcome back to the second half action from the Capital Ground, and you are watching the Hero Indian Women's League 2021-22, match number 65 live on Eurosport Network. As Kickstart Football Club leading by a 1-0 against the Arrows at the break, and both the teams struggling to gain rhythm. It's been a very slow-paced game so far, but one big chance for Margaret, and she made it count. And the Arrows, no such threats yet from them going forward. Martina Thokchom with a weak try from 25 yards out. Margaret also took a ferocious shot from the edge of the area, which was blocked by the Arrows defense. Parameshwar Redam as well couldn't connect with an impending shot inside the box, and then we are underway with the second half. And Kickstart will be operating from the left to right of your screen. The team in green and white, and Indian Arrows in their familiar blue, the designated home side for the day. A foul on Martina. She was stripped from behind. Nicely cut out there by Linthoy Gambi. And the cross comes in towards Priyanka. Didn't really connect. And that was the moment for the Arrows, a half chance. And Kickstart. And that's the first warning fired by the Arrows. they got to be careful. An injury to Pushparani Chanu. She went high up to win the header. Hurt the left side of her forehead. That was the moment. Both Pakpi Devi and Pushparani going up for the challenge, and it came off worse for Indian Arrows as number 20. There's Margaret. Her strike is the difference maker between the two teams. The skipper of Kickstart. Suren Chetri will be expecting his side to bounce back into this game. Only 2.5 minutes of the second half. Pushparani just slashing a minute of the clock. A towering header from Sweetie. Martina. Here's Linthoi Gambi picking up pace, the left full back. And once again Margaret keeps it out of her legs. Santosh with a no-nonsense clearance. Nirmala Devi behind for Gambi. She was under pressure. The goalkeeper had to play it quick. There's the cross for the Arrows this time. Putting it into the 6-yard box. There was a clear trip on Margaret from behind. A free kick for Kickstart. This is a formation, the 4-4-2, that the Kickstart Football Club have deployed. Offers a balanced distribution of players on the pitch, which functions especially well in terms of the defence. And if every player performs their respective task, it's possible to defend very compactly. Doubling up on the wings allows for expansion in the defence as well as the offence. Parameshwari trailing a leg, catching her. Sunita Munda is the guilty party. And free kick for Kickstart. Nirmala Devi then set piece duties. Ball comes in, ricochets off a blue shirt. Sunita Munda will clear. Linthoi collects. Sweetie Devi regroup from behind. Kickstart. Pakpi. This is the number 9, Anjali Chanu. She came on in the second half. And now Naurem. She's got Apurna Narzari running ahead of her. And deciding to check back. It's taking a little too long. Pushparani. And now players converging in green upon her. Look how high Pakpi is pushing up. Anjali Chanu slotting into that right full back's position. Another tactical ploy from Amruta Vilayat. We saw her use Pakpi into an attacking role, just utilizing her creativity. We all know she likes to attack. Now Sweetie Devi searching ball into the box. Santosh with the header. A high boot from Roja. She wins it. Roja plays it on to Margaret. Back to Roja again. Kiran Balachanu quickly tackled by Parmila. Kiran Bala with the cross in. Cleared away by Santosh. Sunita Munda, a player, is lying down injured. As Kiran Balachanu. Kickstart getting another change ready. The number 14, Bibicha Devi, she comes on. As Amruta Vilayat will look to add more thrust, will look to add more pace, which is why she brought on Bibicha Devi. And off goes Parameshwari Idam. The veteran making way for the youngster. Martina. Sunita Munda. A lot of space down the right. A flag going up. The Bangalore-based team, Kickstart, they have teams across all age groups and competes in the BDFS Super Division in men's category, and it has the same in the women's category as well. And the club elegantly won the Karnataka Women's League and is ready to play in the Hero Indian Women's League. This is their second season in the IWL, and the club's effort to not view football as a one-gender sport has helped them take high strides further in the ecosystem, as the management believes that the game does not differentiate based on gender. And that intensity and that pace from the Indian Arrows gameplay is missing. Just struggling to string passes together. They've got options in Aarti, Anjana Thapa, Ritu on the bench. As Amruta Vilayat ringing in with a couple of quick changes. That's a stray clearance. Bibicha Devi from distance, blocked by the Arrows number 14, Santosh. Apurna Narzari with the chase. Apurna Narzari beats her mark. Apurna Narzari flashes a shot. It's off target. Just getting the better of Sweetie Devi. Winning the physical battle. And that's the kind of direct running the Arrows need more and more. This is how Kiran Bala was beaten by Apurna Narzari. And narrowly missing out the number 12. And it could have been her double digit. She's on 9 goals. It's gonna be a corner for Indian Arrows then. Apurna Narzale delivers. And out of play. And there she is. A very lean and lanky player from Assam. Shashi Kumar, and that was quite risky, and just forcing the Arrows to give away the ball. And Santosh is there. Pushparani up against Baby Sana. Arrows are just not building out from behind, taking the aerial route. As the Kickstart Football Club players are holding their position so well and not allowing Arrows to play those short passes. Just applying shadow cover to Martina Thakchum and Muskan. Just opting to go long and go direct, a style which Indian Arrows doesn't prefers. There's a player in field in Roja Devi, but Kiran Balachanu going past Parmila with a low cross, and once again a mistake from Santosh this time. The keeper to the rescue, and almost the second one for Kickstart. Bibicha Devi was lurking around. That was the ball in. The hour mark here, and the capital ground, it's Indian Arrows 0, Kickstart Football Club 1. Oh, that's the moment, that's the move I was talking about. First touch not satisfactory from Priyanka. Steps across Nirmala Devi. Excellent defensive work from Kickstart. Runs away from almost 3 blue shirts. That's a smack on her tummy, and Pakpi Devi is in great agony. That stray arm from Santosh. Just flung out her right arm straight onto her tummy. And that is quite painful. And now the Arrows gonna make their first change. The number 17, Shanmuga Priya, comes on for the number 11, Sunita Munda. She's had a off day in the office. Priyanka. She's got silky skills. Now getting onto her stride, Priyanka. There's that run from Shanmuga Priya. She gets there before Sweetie Devi. Getting it out of her feet as well. The angle was too narrow. Hardly any gap in the Kickstart defense this evening. They are looking rock solid. Martina with a sharp turn. Martina picking out the run of the number 10. Naurem with the cross. It was a low ball, not in play. There might be a shooting chance for Pakpi. She is outnumbered there. And the final third, and Martina snatched away from her. And the Kickstart Football Club started not many years ago. Always been an incredible assortment of dedicated and trustworthy people who have the zeal of working hard as a team. The reputation that they have earned as a football academy is well deserved, as they have earned it after a lot of toils. Contributing to Indian football by supplying a lot of youngsters, a lot of local talents, a platform for them to showcase their talent. Lintoy's cross, header from Santosh. Pakpi, legs. Anjali Chanu with a misplaced pass. Naurem over the top for Priyanka. Sweetie Devi. And the ball just going past her. Covering from the number 4 Nirmala Devi. Keeping Apurna Narzari away from the ball. Sweetie Devi and goes high. Roja onto it in a flash. And if the score line ends like this, the Arrows will finish 5th. Kickstart will reach up to 27 points from 11 matches and it's going to be their 9th victory. And that will guarantee a top 4 finish for Sports Odisha. This is Roja Devi moving dangerously inside the box. Baby Sana crowded out once again, not managing to adjust her feet. The space was too tight down the middle, suffocating the number 10. Kiran Bala. Apurna wins it, capitalizing onto the second ball, looking to release Naurem. Getting into a crossing position. Naurem comes inside, goes for the acrobatic attempt, falls for Priyanka. She's struck it wide. Taken a deflection and a corner kick for the Arrows. That was the best move of the game from the team in blue. Went for the acrobatic. Naurem Priyanka not making any kind of contact. And Apurna Narzari with the corner. Swung in towards Martina Tokchomp. Just had to guide it towards goal. Just fails to connect. Muskan. Pushparani. Roja Devi. Kiran Bala. The ball slightly behind her. Had to run back. Margaret. Margaret keeps going. And, give away to Shanmuga Priya. Priyanka Naurem. Excellent quick feet. Slightly loose. Linthoi was close on her. Quickly wins it. Pakpi Devi. It's going to be Martina's ball all day long. Even the slightest of errors in the heart of midfield is capitalized by the Indian Arrows number 6. Oh, won it in a great area. And Margaret, was she brought down? Referee says get up. Very lucky. Referee could have booked her for diving. Doing that good work. Winning the ball high into an important area. Not going down too easily. Kickstart looking to double the lead. And Nirmala Devi's delivery not getting distance onto it. Baby Sana Cleared by the Indian Arrows defense. Into the channel where Kiran Bala is making a run. And there's that interception from Muskan. Reading it half a second before Margaret. This man looks slightly agitated. Another cracking contest coming up after this between Gokulam Kerala and Setu Madurai. That will decide the winners of the Hero Indian Women's League's 5th edition. But the trophy is going to the south, that is guaranteed. It's a southern derby between Setu Madurai and Gokulam Kerala. A derby on the final match day, which is also the potential decider. How often do you see this happen? It's going to be a perfect ending to the Hero Indian Women's League's 5th edition at the Kalinga Stadium a couple of hours from now. This was the goal scored by Margaret. Shashi Kumar just fails to chest it down. Sent in with a lot of pace coming off Shashi Kumar just when she was about to clear. It was dispatched into the bottom corner by Margaret on the half turn, and still holding on to that lead is Kickstart. The last quarter of the game left. As Indian Arrows is planning to bring on Ritu. Defender, the number 5. Pushpa Rani Chanu looks like will play no further part. She is going to be the possible replacement for Ritu. That is at least the word from technical area. She is Ritu comes on, and of course Pushpa Rani Chanu. And play resumes after the drinks break. The 8:30 AM kickoff between Mata Rukmani and Odisha Sports. The home team winning it 7-0. Deepa Nayak scoring 4 goals. This is the second game of the day here at the Capital Ground. Nicely done there by Sweetie. Nirmala aiming to go long. Parmila saw that coming. This is Anjali looking to bulldoze her way through. Getting support from Pakpi. Losing out on the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge against Anjali Chanu. She's got Apurna Nursery for options, goes the other way around. It's defended by Kickstart. This is a wonderful move from Kickstart. A goal kick for the Arrows. The Kickstart Football Club just not willing to take risks with 10 minutes remaining on the clock. Looking to shut shop and protect this narrow one lead, which can be wiped off very quickly if they commit some mistake. Nursery, Ritu. Infield to a Shanmuga Priya. Martina played it into gap, the number 17. Apurna Nursery waiting in the middle. Closed down. And just she was about to pull it back towards the number 12. Muskan is chasing this one. She was tracked by a couple of green shirts in the way. This is beautiful. Roja Devi. Roja Devi's ball in. Brought down by Pakpi. Unfamiliar territory for her. This is Santosh. Had to do a lot of defensive work. Shanmuga Priya, she must exploit it. Leaves it for Priyanka Naurem. Oh, so close again. First time it was Apurna Nursery early in the second half, but this time her strike partner, Priyanka Devi Naurem, missing the target by half an inch. Warning signs. Linthoi cutting a very frustrated figure. Once again, lapses from the Kickstart defense. Shanmuga Priya, very clever release. Getting in between Sweetie and Nirmala Devi. Could have been the equalizer for the Indian Arrows. And Suren Chetri disappointed with his hand on his waist. And now Priyanka looking to slip in. And now Rem. Her body was not in proper balance. Baby Sana. A skillful play from the number 6. And got to be very alert. A kickstart. And you can see they're committing mistakes. One good move going forward. Giving Indian Arrows the confidence which were lacking. As a reverse pass for Priyanka. Just struggling to read it half a second early. I could have made that run towards Anjali Chanu's blind side. The flick on. Taken away from Santosh towards the on-rushing Pakpi. Ritu's clears. Muskan collects. Ritu once more. This time she's fouled. So the last 5 minutes of regulation time remaining then. A late goal in the first half for Kickstart. Pretty less to choose between the two teams in the second. The Arrows have had a wonderful second 45-minute, couple of gilt-edged chances. They failed to make one count. Apurna Narzari. It was wonderful work from Martina. Excellent covering from Sweetie. And that's how solid Kickstart have been in defense. But Indian Arrows still managed to break them down twice. Sweetie Devi is in the way like a wall. She will shield. And the goalkeeper eventually comes out, Linthoi, and injured herself in the process. We'll be happy to end the season with a win. No draws. Gonna be 9 wins and only 2 defeats. It's gonna be a second successive defeat for the Arrows, their 4th of the season. And that was a pretty close call. There's that flick back. Didn't work out. And now they can pour forward. Kickstart. Can they hit Arrows on the break? Priyanka. Apurna Narzari. She's got Naurim to aim at. Narzari one-on-one with Sweetie Devi. Lovely footwork there. A beautiful one-touch build-up between Priyanka and Apurna. Just snatched off her feet by Nirmala Devi. Beautifully unlocking the left channel. Indian Arrows. And that's the kind of short passing they are well known for. Bouncing over Priyanka. Gambi. Sana. Pakpi Devi. Down the line. Beating the number 5 Ritu. Went to ground too easily. And now Rem's interception. Excellent takedown. Shanmuga Priya running into Margaret. There's going to be a lot of stoppage times. Expecting round 5 to 6 minutes. And Aarti will also come on for the arrows. She's getting ready. Additional time of 6 long minutes. Still time for the arrows for a turnaround. So Aarti will come on for the arrows in the dying minutes of the game. Anjali Chanu with the good work. Oh, there's a change. The number 15 Aarti coming on for Indian Arrows, and off goes Shanmuga Priya. So a sub in the second half, replaced by a sub, as she failed to impress the manager with her performance. Nirmala Devi, she loves taking those long ranges. We've seen her score on the opening day against PIFA. Beautiful from Kickstart, looking for the insurance goal. Time ticking away for Indian Arrows. A slight mistake from Sweetie Devi, and that could have been very costly. And now Aarti looks into the box and delivers towards Priyanka. Lintoy using her height. And Margaret, she's had a wonderful game. The number 10 for Kickstart. Just control the tempo of this match. The last couple of minutes for the Arrows to make a comeback and salvage something from this game. This time a foul on Priyanka. A free kick for Indian Arrows from this deep position. And they would ask all the big players to go into the box. As Martina will look to pump it straight towards the penalty area. With a minute and a half remaining on the clock. Plays it into the feet of Aarti. She fails to control. Could be a quick counter launched by Kickstart. Santosh was alert. Ritu's ball forward. Priyanka with her long strides. The offside flag went up against the number 25. Last 40 seconds of this game. One last chance then. Narrows going forward. Priyanka, in comes the cross and slight confusion in the Kickstart defense. And corner kick for Indian Arrows. One last chance of this game. The referee just consulting with his assistant. And gonna be a yellow card for the Arrows head coach Suren Chetri. And there's the last chance. Too much height on the corner towards Martina. And that's the full-time whistle. And so Kickstart Football Club clinch their 9th victory of this campaign and ends the season on 27 points. And Indian Arrows are facing a narrow defeat. And they finish into the top 5, just a point behind Sports Odisha. And this is of course their 4th loss of the season. And apart from the last 2 games, it has been a decent season for the Indian Arrows. Arrows will be happy with their performance in their debut season. The last 2 games are not at all satisfactory. Lost to the likes of PIFA and Kickstart today. And so today's hero of the match is the Kickstart FC skipper Margaret, the number 10, for scoring that winner. just minutes before half time. She is awarded a cheque of 5,000 rupees powered by Hero Motocorp Limited for her industrious play in the middle of the park. And there she is. He scored the winner and also clinching the Hero of the Match award. And well, the match stats: 46-54 the ball possession. It's been a pretty close game. Both the teams committing several fouls each. Not much to talk about in terms of creating chances about these two sides. 4 shots taken by Indian Arrows in this game. Martina with 1, Apurna Narzari, Naurem Priyanka and Shanmuga Priya with 1 each, and Apurna and Naurem missing the target by an inch. Only 3 shots taken by Kickstart in this game. Margaret with 2, Bibicha Devi with 1. Let's have a look at the fouls committed by Indian Arrows in this game. It's 7. Parmila with 2, Priyanka with 2, Sunita Munda, Apurna Narzari and Santosh committing a foul each. Now let's have a look at the fouls committed by Kickstart. Only 7. Anjali with 2, Margaret with 2, Parameshwaridam, she was subbed off in the second half for Bibicha Devi, and Baby Sana with a foul as well. And now let's have a look at the match highlights between Indian Arrows and Kickstart. The last match of the season for both the teams, kicking off at the Capital Ground. An early chance for the Arrows. Defender dealing with it. Kavya's a couple of crosses not up to the mark, but her third one finding the intended target. One corner as well went haywire. Margaret shot on the turn. Martina taking one on her own. This was the cross straight into the safe pair of hands of Adrija. Catching practice almost at both the ends, and this was the moment. Plucked out by Adrija. Parameshwaridam setting up Margaret, the side foot attempt off the wall. The low cross coming off the number 3 and capitalized by Margaret. This was the only highlight moment of this game. And this is how the first half ended. The second half, Indian Arrows getting closer and closer. This was Apurna Narzari beating Nirmala and then dispatching that low shot, not finding the target. Another cross, this time mistake from Santosh. She gets the block and rectifies a header. Priyanka shot on the turn. Shanmuga Priya is slipping in. Now then Priyanka fails to hit the target as well. And that is how it is ended here at the Capital Ground. It's Indian Arrows 0, Kickstart Football Club 1. Thanks for joining us and goodbye from the Capital Ground.